Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Jacob Restituto, and I'm a musician from Northport, New York. And today, we're going to be reacting to and breaking down Map of the Soul, the show. We're going to be going through each individual track here on the channel. That's how I kind of like to do it. I like to just see the specific track. It's a little easier to talk about, digest, rather than, I talk a lot of my videos because, I like to talk and talk about production. So we're going to be going through them track by track. I think what I might do is I might put them on my Patreon as a full-length, unedited version of it. So if you want to see that, you can sign up for the Patreon. It'll be on there as well. So if you want to see the full reaction straight through, it'll probably, and I think the thing's 37 minutes long. So with all the full, like without the intros and outros, it'll probably be like an hour and 20 minutes-ish. So that being said, if you want to see that, consider signing up for the Patreon. If you want to check out my music, it's Jacob Restituto wherever you listen. This is BTS, Map of the Soul, the show. There's a lot of recommendations to check this out, so I'm looking forward to seeing it. Dude, the grit in the guitars and just the energy that's going on. So hold on, I want to rewind this just a tiny bit because it's saying Map of the Soul, the show. Oh, maybe the whole thing is Map of the Soul, the show, because then at the bottom left it says intro persona. So I think it's the whole thing is Map of the Soul, I assume. But this is intro persona, man. The energy that it starts off with, like this is the song to start a concert with, man. Like cranking out of the gate. This is killer, man. Yeah. Playing along the tracks to give like the emphasis to the vocals. Dude, those vocals in the background are sick. What's that guitar? Bum 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 bum. Something like it's like key of, I think A minor. Yeah, so D C A A D C A E D A. Yeah, that's what it is. Then it goes to that. Something like that goes to the F and hangs on the F a little bit. Dude, the drums in this are crazy. Notice how they pulled out the vocal throw in here, so that it does you don't get overwhelmed by it. It's like not too repetitive, so it's not like constantly going. Your gets tired of hearing it. It's a tastemaker. It's like the sazon or the adobo or the little taste that you put on your food when you're cooking. It's like you don't want to overwhelm the food with it. It's a little flavoring. So that's how they using that vocal chop. The echo. Back to F. There it is. Hear the vocal throw? Oh, that's cool, man. Dude, the mix between the rock and the semi like electronic beats with like rock at the guitars, bum 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 bum, and then you have the kind of mix. I feel like it's a mix between hi-hat, regular hi-hats, acoustic hi-hats, and electronic hi-hats with the kind of right in the center of the mix, which is interesting. The whole mix is pretty centered. And then you have the more of electronic style stuff with the vocal throws in there. Dude, what a crazy set. Oh my gosh, these heavy drums. They're not just great artists, they're great performers, man. Like, all these little things, the cues, the way that they match up the music, the way they're looking at the camera, all these great little cues that make a great performance. Oh, hear the other vocal chop? Huge layered vocals, man. So there you have the crowd mics. That's insane, man. That's crazy. Look how many people are there. So what you heard right there were the crowd mics, where it was the what they do is they have microphones in the crowd. I was just talking to a musician yesterday, and we were talking about how some songs sound like special live performances. Some live performances sound so full, and some sound like they sound decent, but they don't sound good. Big thing is these things called crowd microphones, and what the crowd microphone is literally just a microphone in the crowd. But what they do is they put them around the stadium. Now, if we actually rewind, you can hear as they raise the mics at the end, because if they had the crowd mics just very, very loud, the crowd would be overwhelming in the mix after the fact. But what they do is they mix in the whole song. You know, okay, we want more of the vocals here, we want more of the guitars here, we want more of the crowd here, and it's just it's called riding the faders. So they're riding the faders, and what they're doing is like they're at the end they push the crowd vocals, but that's why you can hear like a girl screaming really distinctly in the left, and or somebody else saying something really like "we love you" like right in the right ear. Like you didn't hear that in this one, but like if you listen to live performances, often you'll hear stuff like that, because while it's picking up the whole crowd, it's the proximity effect. The closer you are to that microphone, the more distinct it is going to be. If you're far from the microphone, all you're going to hear is just a random scream. If you're right next to the microphone, it's likely going to pick up, in addition to that scream, what distinct words you're saying. So that's why often you'll hear, you know, inside these live settings, you'll hear like a random person be like, "We love you," or something like that. But if we rewind it just a little bit, you'll actually hear this one distinct scream in the left ear. Watch. Did you hear that? One girl just goes crazy. And she starts squealing so it's layered on top of that whole thing, right? You hear the whole crowd, and yet the other one's a screeching girl. So that is a crowd microphone. There's your lesson on crowd microphones. Hope you guys enjoyed that. I'm really looking forward to seeing the rest of the performance. It's going to be wild. If you want to see this thing straight through, consider checking out the Patreon. If you want to check out my music, it's Jacob Restituto, wherever you listen. Have a great day. God bless and peace out.